Welcome to Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. When last we left our hero, she had escaped the Ice Reach prison, the Ice Reach Coven. After escaping the Ice Reach Coven, Fenorian, the guy who helped us escape, suggested that I warn the authorities in western Skyrim capital city of Solitude. I should head to Solitude so I can report to the Ice Reach Coven's activity to the city authorities. And it says use the way shrine to travel to the Solitude docks. Use the way shrine. Over here. The Deepwood Vale Way Shrine. And we have to go here to the Solitude docks. Here we are at the Solitude docks. It says talk to Brondold.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Should I also keep it secret? Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven. At work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming!
Who's coming? The ones who attacked you?
Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
Hold on.
You there! What did that fugitive tell you?
Ooh. Who are you, sir?
Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you?
Shield Corporal Thiol. Thiol. I was just going about my business when I saw that he was injured, sir.
Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafingar-Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you.
I'm gonna lie to him. He died before he could say anything.
Ice Reach Coven.
Oh no!
Ridiculous.
I said the
The
wrong
only
one.
threat to the west are those damn spies from eastern Skyrim, conspiring against our king. Forget whatever nonsense this skeever told you and be on your way. You hear more talk like his, report it to the guard.
I also came here to warn you about the Ice Reach Coven. They're definitely at work in the area.
Don't start spreading rumors about Reach witches. You go panicking the good folk of Solitude and I'll toss you in a cell. And how is it you know so much about this witch work?
I was abducted by the Coven, but I escaped after learning their plans.
And my grandfather killed 12 giants with his bare hands. But at least he had the good grace to string a few of their teeth around his neck before he made the claim. Got any proof? Or do you want to reconsider making a false report, eh?
Oh, all I have is my word.
The word of an outsider isn't worth mammoth spit. Keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong and you'll wind up just like him. Mind your own business. Or you'll find that Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators and strangers.
Huh. He's on their payroll. Goodbye.
Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
We're gonna go to our shush chat. There we go. Oh, there's some papers on Brondold. A scrap of paper with hurried writing scrawled in a shaky hand sits on top of the pile. Brondold, the guards came asking about you. They were rattling their scabbards at anyone they could find. I'm scared. I hid your horse in the woods. I'll wait in the barn by the stables outside the city, but only for one more day. An official-looking form with an annotation. Declaration of Customs. Port of Departure, Sentinel. Port of Arrival, Solitude. Sentinel. Cargo offloaded, 3 barrels Oasis water, 4 crates of Skaven housewares. 5 crates of Thorstad pottery, 1 crate of Sentinel canteens. Saw a crew member surreptitiously marking several crates on the docks. Hidden compartments? Couldn't get a look inside. A small, tightly folded note is tucked in between the sheets. I left a surprise for you. Follow the directions. Where stones stand south of the lonely docks, in the shadow of their shelter, where the living trees keep watch. Stones stand south of the lonely docks. Lonely docks would be Solitude docks. Follow the cryptic directions. I'm sure it means the Solitude docks. You know, I think it's down that way, where the stone archway stands over the docks. Maybe there's more docks down there. Let's go find out. There's a boat. No. I don't see anything. What's this? A badger. Oh. Must be on the docks. Oh, here we go. Marked crate. Ash-covered fragments. I see standing stones. Rondold's hidden belongings. There's a letter to Lyris tucked between the covers. Lyris, if you're reading this, I never made it to our meeting at the Blue Palace. I'm likely either dead or in the dungeon, but I was able to send word your way. I don't have solid proof that this Icereach coven you're hunting is in Halfinger Hold. But something's rotten in the capital city of Solitude. I know I'm on the right trail. What? What? Oh. Let's go someplace safe and read this. Let's try this little island here. Let's see, something's rotten in the capital city of Solitude. I know I'm on the right trail. Unfortunately, it seems they know it too. I wish I had more information for you. I'm sorry. Bring what I found to Queen Gerhild. She's more level-headed than the High King. Without her influence, I doubt you'll even be allowed to see High King Svargrim. Signed, Rondold. The journal itself reads as follows. This assignment is going to be more challenging than I anticipated. Locals are suspicious of strangers. Guards always seem to be watching. Even in a city the size of Solitude, even among Nords, I stick out like a sore thumb. I made one contact at the royal stables, a young woman named Coven, starry-eyed, naive. I told her to keep watch for unusual travelers. No one else is talking. I'm going to settle into a routine, get people used to seeing me around. Everything passes through the Lonely Troll at some point. It's the best place in the city to talk to the locals and learn about what's going on. There's an orc that frequents the establishment, goes by the name of Mog. He seems willing to talk as long as you keep his mug filled. If anyone knows something about the Icereach Coven, I'm sure to find them in the Lonely Troll. Any trust I built up with the locals evaporated at the mere mention of witches. Won't say a word about them unless you count prayers to the gods. I guess they take dark magic more seriously this close to the Reach, but they'd rather shut their ears to it than court misfortune. Corvin came through for me. Said some rugged types arrived on mountain mares, trying a little too hard not to be noticed. They put up postings all around town, recruiting for something. Sharp girl. A recruitment flyer is stuffed in between the pages. Laborers and craft workers needed. Brave folk sought for distant and dangerous work in uncharted territory beyond the Druadic Mountains. Travel mandatory. Food and lodging provided. A year-long commitment required with rewards to match the risks. Inquire at the Lonely Troll Inn in Solitude. A note scribbled at the bottom of the flyer. Seen these postings across the hold. Nobody seems to know what all this labor's for or where it's needed. The journal continues. I noticed Redguard ships making regular stops at the docks here. Considering my chilly reception, I find that curious. Cost me a good bit of gold, but the local snitch Grega, whom I found gambling in an alley, provided a local lead. Redguard mariners are bringing shipments up from Sentinel. Its manifests say housewares. Crews look more like mercenaries than traders. She saw one discreetly marking some of the crates. I think I'll poke around. I tried to grab what was inside, but I got caught and it slipped from my hand before I could wrest it from the crate. I managed to lose the thugs who were after me. I'm just hoping they never got a good look at me. Supposed to meet with Lyris Titanborn before her audience with Queen Gerhold at the Blue Palace. Tell her what I found so she can convince High King Svargrim that there's a threat to his domain. All I've got is suspicions, nothing solid. I've heard the High Queen rules with a lighter touch. She might be the sympathetic ear that gets us in the door. I have to meet Brondold's contact. I think that would be the stable girl or Mog, or could be any number of people.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you!
So much for naive and starry-eyed. Corvin.
I mean it! One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Brondold.
I don't know any Brondold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Brondold's dead. He left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. I don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
I didn't kill Brondold. Just tell me what this is all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
And did you see anything out of the ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing. Trying to blend in, but still rough around the edges. Same with their horses. Sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
Job postings?
Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidek Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
So what are you gonna do now?
Take Brondo's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that.
Are the people here that suspicious of strangers?
We're stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Scold King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
You think those men were trying to hide where they came from?
They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, so. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Tell me about the Reach.
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
Okay.
They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
Okay, goodbye. So, these rough guys who are posting job notices are Reachmen. She says they're in the south and the east. So, south, southeast, southwest. Southeast or southwest?
The last time we spoke, it
What's the Reach?
a wild land full of wild folk.
South and west.
Located south and...
South and west. So, over here somewhere. So the Reachmen must be around here in this little unclaimed territory. Okay. Just out of curiosity, I like to know roughly the geography and everything. So now what do I do? Talk to Lyris Titanborn. Where should I find her? Looks like Lyris is in the city of Solitude. Before I go up there, I want to take a screenshot of Solitude if I can get one without fog in it. Let's see. That's pretty foggy. Right about there. There we go. This must be a guardhouse. And it's locked. Oh, this is the event impresario area. Oh, here's a note. Indric emergence and formal development. These are Indriks. They're a special kind of mount that you can get. This is called the Ice Breath Indrik. And this one is the default Nascent Indrik. Here's the Sable Master.
I killed a man for mistreating his horse in front of me. And I remember every mount that comes through here. I'll remember you too.
Pardon me. No new horses, but I'd like to earn enough money to buy Chomps here, the brown paint horse. Here we are. The Lonely Troll. Let's see what this is. Housing brochure. Are you an adventurer of good reputation? Have low to moderate homicidal tendencies? Low to moderate. Looking for a cozy home to call your own, but too low on funds to afford one? How would you like a free inn room? That's right, completely free, no catch. Just seek out Falande de Marie at your local inn for more information about this exciting ownership opportunity. Oh, let's get an inn room here. Let's talk to Falande de Marie. Or Damari. Where would she happen to be? Maybe upstairs. There she is.
You have a look about you. Some sort of quality that's rare to find. And trust me, I'm never wrong about these sort of things. Can I interest you in a room at the local inn? Actually, wait, that came out wrong.
A room at the local inn?
Look, empty rooms are just bad for business. The upkeep alone costs me more than the place is worth. But I think we can come to a sort of arrangement. And not the sort of arrangement that involves a few drinks. Let me be clear about that.
What sort of arrangement?
I need someone to improve the reputation of my properties. A hero type who people look up to. And I have a feeling about you. You've done something great and are probably on the way to do something greater. Seems like we can help each other here.
I'm interested. What are the details?
Yeah, all right. Details. I can see how this might be a bit sketchy, but don't worry. The inn room is well kept, conveniently located. I know you adventuring types wanting a home in every town. This would be a nice addition to your holdings.
There has to be a catch. What is it?
No catch. I just need someone to freshen up my image. And my gut tells me you're the one to do that. As long as you're not planning on turning it into a skooma den or an outlaw's refuge, the room is all yours.
So, within legal reason, I can do whatever I want with the place?
Oh, sure. You can set up some crafting stations, house your pets, display any treasures or trophies you've come upon in your adventures. Hey, you can even set up a target dummy to practice combat. Just don't demolish the place and we're good.
All right, I accept.
Excellent. You won't regret this decision, I swear. Here's the deed and key to the room. Took me a while, but I finally was able to take them back from the last tenant. Required more time in the sewers than I had hoped for, but hey, that's business.
Okay.
Hope the room is to your liking. With your reputation, I'm sure you shouldn't have any trouble with the neighbors. If you do, remember death threats are not the way to go. Had a spot of trouble when my last tenant started sending those out.
Anything else I should keep in mind?
Nope, just make yourself at home. Spruce things up a bit. Honestly, I can't wait to see how you arrange the place. Hopefully you'll end up with a few less Daedric shrines than another former tenant of mine. Like 0. 0's a good number.
Of course, I don't even worship Daedra, and that's not a lie.
Oh, what a relief. I can't tell you how hard it is to wash bloodstains off of cobble floors. But that's not even the worst of it. I've had tenants cram their rooms with the wildest things. Mounts, foliage, assistants. I mean, it's an in-room.
Do you own the place?
I own this and several other properties throughout Tamriel. It pays to diversify. Of course, that means I've got to look out for a variety of troubles, too. But hey, no one ever said the real estate business was easy.
All right, goodbye. Let's go check this place out. Oh, it's tiny. And we get one light. Okay. So now we need to find Lyris Titanborn. She is outside somewhere. Where can we find her? In the palace. While we're running through the city, I do believe it would be a good idea to grab the way shrine for the city of Solitude, which is right here. There we go.
What do you want?
Hold up there, young blood.
Are you an
need someone who
individual
isn't
with a
afraid
love
of
of
the dark.
tinkering?
Everybody's
Or much
yelling.
of
Or a lot
anything
of
for that
pent-up
matter.
aggression?
Goodness gracious. Everybody's yelling at me.
Just a small donation?
There it is. Oh, look at that beautiful dog. Nice.
Well, gold may be the root of evil, but we
The Blue Palace Courtyard. There she is.
Yoren didn't mention he was sending you to Solitude. Not that I'm sorry to have you along. An extra blade is always welcome. As soon as Brondgold shows up, we can get things started.
Yoren didn't mention that on the wagon ride to Solitude I'd end up being kidnapped either. But hey, you know, that's the way things go. So, Brondgold isn't coming. He's dead.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
What's this all about?
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Follow your lead with what?
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be?
I'm Margaret Miller, Your Majesty.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
I've witnessed some concerning things since I've arrived here, Your Majesty.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King.
I encountered a coven of reach witches operating in your kingdom.
Trouble from the Reach is as common as snow in winter. That will not be enough for Svargrim to accept the help of outsiders. His hatred of Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris must bring me proof my husband cannot ignore.
We'll find that proof, Your Majesty.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece.
Why is there bad blood between High King Svargrim and Yoren, the Skald King?
Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoren's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension.
It's fair.
Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man?
That's fair. That's actually quite fair. Svargrim thinks that Yoren wants to take over his kingdom?
Frankly, yes. He believes Yoren hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoren plots to erode those allegiances. You will not easily earn the High King's trust.
What sort of proof will persuade High King Svargrim to listen?
You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoren exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns.
What we've found so far isn't enough?
It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned, then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Yoren claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
A soldier accused me of being a spy. Are your people always so suspicious?
My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon.
Goodbye. Well, now what, Lyris?
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brondald?
He was fleeing pursuit and he gave me a bundle of papers before he died.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brondald was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Euron the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
Here's everything that I found.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brondald thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
What do you need me to do?
Brondald mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega, who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog, who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
Can you explain what this is all about?
After the Ice Reach Coven's attack on the Skald King, we determined they also had plans for Western Skyrim. Yoren's warnings have been ignored, so he sent Brondald to get the lay of the land and me to persuade Svargrim. You can see how that's going.
Svargrim obviously hates Yoren, so why is the Skald King intent on helping him?
In all honesty, they can't stand each other. But King Yoren doesn't want the Coven to topple Western Skyrim. That would be bad for the East as well as the West. Besides, Yoren was hoping to use this as an opportunity to improve relations.
How do we know the smugglers and the Reachmen are even connected?
We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Ice Reach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn.
Before we get on with this investigation, I'd like to catch up with you for a bit.
I'm not usually fond of small talk, but go ahead. What do you want to know about?
What made you decide to serve the Skald King?
Skyrim is my home, and the Skald King is its ruler. He may be a bard at heart, but he cares about his people and his kingdom. So long as he stands by his word and deed, he'll have my axe to command.
Svargrim seems to think that Yoren plans to conquer his kingdom. Is that true?
Every Nord wishes for a united Skyrim. The difference lies in whose banner they'd prefer to be under. Yoren wants to restore Tamriel, the Empire and Skyrim included. But I don't believe he'd turn Nord against Nord to do it.
I still have some questions about our mission.
More questions? Very well. Get on with it. What
Nope,
else
I
do you
don't.
want to know?
Okay, goodbye. This is a good place for us to stop? Thank you for joining me on Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel, and I'll see you next time.
But that does not seem to stop me.
What's the point of this?
Welcome to Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. When last we left our hero, she had spoken to Lyris Titanborn and met the Queen. After escaping the Ice Reach Coven, Fëanorian suggested that I warn the authorities in Western Skyrim capital of Solitude. Lyris suggested that we follow Brondald's leads. I need to search the back alleys for Grega, a local snitch, and ask about the smugglers, and then I need to go to the Lonely Troll and ask Mog if he knows what the Reachmen were up to. So here we go.
I'm not the first
What do
Nord
you
from the
want?
east to receive a chilly reception at the Blue Palace. Doubt I'll be the last.
There are quests everywhere in this town.
That's what he said.
The Bard's College. Hard to imagine the Skald King spent his youth studying verse in this stodgy old kingdom.
What is this?
Borfrey, is that you? Listen closely, you insufferable clod. I need you to find my notes and... wait, you're not Borfrey. I can tell from the lack of heavy breathing and sniffles. Who are you?
I'm Margaret Miller. Are you stuck in a bottle?
Stuck in the bottle? No, no, no. This is a devious and very stubborn illusion. One that you now have the privilege of breaking. I was conducting some research, you see, and inadvertently triggered this spell. Luckily, I know how to reverse it.
How do you reverse this spell?
It's quite simple. I recorded the locations of 3 verses of a powerful incantation in my journal on the off chance something like this occurred. Acquire the verses, come back and dispel this illusion. I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Alright, I'll find this incantation and dispel the illusion.
Oh, my assistant Borfrey has my journal. Find it, read my notes, and acquire the incantation. Also tell him to come get me. Someone nearly took a swig of me. Oh, I suppose introductions are in order. I am Narcissus Dren, famed historian, etc.
How exactly did you wind up like this?
Oh, does it really matter? Every historian worth his salt winds up trapped in an illusion at some point. Oh, very common, and thus not worthy of discussion or commitment to record. I will say, though, as magical traps go, Mailmoth's wards are top tier.
Magical traps?
Indeed, I acquired a powerful scroll from the Mages Guild.
Acquired.
I thought it might direct me to a legendary illusionist's secret sanctum. Unfortunately, reading it led me to this dismal state.
That sounds pretty suspicious. Did you steal this scroll?
Steal? We're adventurers, aren't we? What you call stealing, I call daring investigation. Mailmoth's works contain a wealth of secrets. If we don't pursue them, some other historian will. I, for one, have no interest in sharing the glory with,
Go on. You have no interest in sharing the glory with who?
why, with anyone other than you, of course. You really thought I meant to exclude you? Oh, you wound me.
If this is just an illusion, why can't you move?
Oh, illusion magic extends far beyond simple parlor tricks and mirages. Skilled practitioners exert power over the mind itself. Intellectually, I know I am not a bottle. But the spell fooled some primitive aspect of my psyche into believing I am.
So you can't move because you believe bottles can't move on their own.
Precisely. The spell turned my knowledge of the natural sciences against me. Crafty, yes? A lesser intellect might have evaded the trap entirely. How's that for irony?
Uh-huh. Tell me about this incantation. Someone hid the verses?
Yes, the mage Mailmoth hid them all over Solitude, etched in wood, tucked under cobblestones, and so on. Just another one of his insufferable games. In retrospect, I probably should have gathered the verses before, all this.
Who is this Mailmoth, anyway?
Was. Who was he? Past tense. Mailmoth was one of Skyrim's most gifted illusionists, a contemporary of the great Shalador, if you can believe it. Of course, he's been dead for hundreds of years now. I'd say his claim to secrecy died long ago.
So he kept a lot of secrets.
Ah, Ah, countless secrets. He was a master illusionist, after all. Unfortunately, illusionists always cloak their discoveries in puzzles and traps. Insufferable, if you ask me. No matter. I never shrink from a challenge of the mind.
Okay, goodbye. We're gonna still work on the main quest here.
Hell.
Grega.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, Porkface?
Brondold said that you might know something about the smuggled goods from Sentinel.
Don't know any Brondold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
Brondold's dead because of what's in those crates. They'll come for you too.
Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kasala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
I'll talk to Kasala. Thanks. Okay, let's go on to the Lonely Troll. This way?
Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe the new tower will liven up the place.
Here we are, the Lonely Troll. We want to look for an orc named Mog. As in smog.
You must be Mog. I have questions.
Questions? Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Jeez.
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
Why would your father send someone to bully Mog?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog. Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
We wanted to ask if he saw the people putting up the job postings.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
You remember anything else about this charmer?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let's talk outside, partner.
All right, Lyris. Oh, I want some of those chandeliers.
So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
Why the smuggler?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse?
I'm ready to go to the smuggler's warehouse. I wonder if that's downstairs at the docks. Yup, it looks like it is.
That's Casala's warehouse. Only one sentry. Let's try not to cause a scene.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn?
You know Lyris?
Blood and Blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, just us. We need to see Casala.
Until Casala returns, I'd be happy to keep Fair Lyris company in her stead.
Perhaps we could wait inside?
Alas, Casala doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
I am not sure, but if you get your scabbard, she'd be happy to autograph it.
Oh, thank you, thank you! You don't know how much this means to me.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock. Good job with the sentry. You got rid of him and I didn't have to bash him or anything. See if you can pick the lock while I keep watch.
Okay.
What is that terrible smell?
See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
I'm gonna loot everything. Small game. Ancient urn. Ashen bones.
Gold may be the root of evil, but we all need roots.
Reach ritual fetishes.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business. I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Proof of a plot against the High King. Care to explain what's in these crates?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
What about these reach fetishes?
Give me that! Tribal craft's my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods, especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
Who hired you to smuggle this?
No name, just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see the same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurances.
I'm sure we can work something out.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
Can you tell me anything else about the Breton and the laborers?
The Breton was sly. Handsome, even.
Oh.
Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
You never check your cargo?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
All right. Goodbye.
Do not let yesterday take up too much of
I cannot use the door right now. Oh. Talk to Lyris.
Ronald had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
Could it have something to do with the ritual that I saw the witch perform at the barrow?
The Coven was also perfecting some kind of ritual in Icereach. Something to do with storms. If these fetishes are from Icereach, you may be onto something. Still, why involve the locals? Seems like an unnecessary risk.
I guess we should check out the lodge.
Good idea. Head there while I circle around from the other direction. Maybe I can catch them before they reach the lodge. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner at this point in the investigation.
I'll see you at the lodge.
Give your sentry my best, and tell him I owe him an autograph.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again.
Tragic's family died when the plague.
We're gonna stop right here. Thank you for joining me with Curiosity Gameplay and Rebel Weasel. I'll see you next time.
Where is that Harwood?
If you see a pretty bottle around, let me know. It talks, if that helps. Oh, thank you. I was worried that Master Dren had gotten lost when I went to get myself some stew. I guess I just forgot why I set the bottle down. I'll go and get it. Him. As soon as I finish my stew. It's really good stew. That's good. A talking bottle makes me nervous, and it sure made Master Dren crankier than normal. I'll bring it here and keep it safe with his other stuff. Don't worry.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done here.
Wasting time is an important part of life.
Getting old is no picnic. The alternative is a lot worse.
I can't remember her name. The pretty one with the beard.
I have to do this. The only fish that go with the river's flow are the dead ones.
I'm never going to be finished.
What do you want? I always forgive my enemies, but I remember their names.
Bah! Bloody mages and their bloody tricks.
You do not want to get on my bad side. Trust me.
This work isn't going to do itself.
Again and again. Split some skulls for me.
Every man has his price. Mine is fight.
Wasting time is an important part of life.
I love the smell of pipe crumbs.
Hello? Is that you, doughty assistant? Oh, thank feck. You have the incantation, yes? Read it quickly. You'll be surprised to hear that life as a bottle does not suit me. How should I know? I'm a historian, not a hedge wizard. Just use your best judgment. I have near total faith in you. Yes, that's it. I can feel the illusion's grip loosening. Keep going. Read the other lines. I think that's right. I can feel the glass cracking around me. Keep going. Speak the final line. That's it.
Oh, finally! Let's see. Legs, arms, stylish coiffure. Yes! Looks like everything's as it should be. What a relief. A pleasure to meet you in the flesh. As I said before, I am Narcissus Dren. You are? Whoever you are. Charmed. Now to business. We need to find Melmoth's Mysterium. First, we need his journal. The librarian refused to share it with me. Ridiculous. Oh, the usual inanities of frumpy book hoarders. I might have torn one of the pages. Honestly, you'd barely notice. But you know how librarians are. Spill a drink, or talk too loudly, or rip a few pages, and wham! They cast you out on your ear. Ugh. A prickly Argonian named Dean Villaz. She works in the Mages Guild Library in Solitude. I might have said a few indecorous things about her beady little eyes. My fault. But people who stand in the way of discovery really get my dander up. Yes, of course. Narcissus Dren is always true to his word. If you assist me in following the clues laid out in Mailmoth's journal, I will gladly share the wonders of his mysterium with you. For free? Why in Vex's name did you bring my belongings out onto the street?
Master Dren, I'm terribly sorry. I just thought you were hollering so loud, maybe I should let you cool down a bit. And I didn't have any coin for the innkeeper. You, want some stew?
I most certainly do not. Gather my effects. We look like deranged indigents out here.
Arkay's beard, she's a looker.
I try not to be superstitious. That brings bad luck.
What do you want? Keep it down. You'll wake the dead.
Please, I was once like you.
Welcome to the Mages Guild Library. Please handle our books and scrolls with the care they deserve. I already cast out a careless dark elf. I pray that I will not have to ask anyone else to leave today. Ugh. Do you work with that strutting guard Narcissus Dren? The famed scholar? Scholar my shedding tail scales. He tore a page in a valuable book, and I suspect he stole one of Mailmoth's scrolls. What reason could I possibly have to help you? Quite a coincidence that two people come calling for the same rare text on the same day. Then again, helping one of Narcissus Dren's competitors does warm my scales. Fine, the journal's there on the table. But if any harm comes to it, I will find out. The journal is just there on the table. I should warn you, Mailmoth was mad as a sack of weasels. Whatever you intend to do with the text, I doubt it will be worth the effort. I always forgive my enemies, but I remember their names.
What is it?
Ah, assistant. It's about time. So, any luck with that cold-blooded librarian? Excellent! I must admit, I had my doubts, but you're turning out to be a model employee. Assistant. Partner? Whatever. Now, if you just hand it over, I can try to untangle Mailmoth's riddles and set us on the right path. She would. This text reveals Mailmoth's mysterium, his trove to arcane trinkets and treasures. Now, just give me a moment to, Yes, I have it. This clearly refers to a meditation grotto near Kilcreath, one of Shalador's old haunts. Well, to be frank, this seems too good to be true. A single riddle leading to our prize? Too easy. Then again, things often come easy to an adventurer of my caliber. I have some business to conclude here. I'll meet you at Kilcreath once I'm finished. How would I not? Ancient mysteries are Narcissus Dren's stock in trade. No arcane relic or lost antiquity evades my gaze for long. Surely you've read some of my books? They're bestsellers, assistant. I can get you some, at a very reasonable price. Well, advanced scholarship always involves a bit of give and take. For example, an elderly mage I met in Riften made a, modest contribution. But make no mistake, it was I who cracked Mailmoth's riddles. He was, for a time, struck me as something of an obsession, if I'm being honest. 50 years he's been at this Mailmoth business. 50 years! Oh, can you imagine? That might be a reasonable period of study for an elf, but for a Nord? Ooh, it's untenable. Of course I did. What kind of Mer would I be if I let that doddering fossil waste his scant remaining years chasing riddles like this? I may be ambitious, but I am never cruel. I took his notes as a personal and professional courtesy. Yes, of course, all the credit he deserves. I'm generous with my praise. You'll see soon enough, assistant.
What do you want?
I should sleep like a log tonight.
What?
Kashid's family died.
Ah, there you are. Yes, I'd say this looks like the right place. What's this, then? A lever of some kind? Well, you did arrive first. Fair's fair. Go ahead and pull it, won't you? Watch and learn, assistant. Now that I've graciously shown you what can go wrong, you give it a try. Look, something appeared. A scroll of some kind. Let me guess. Another array of tiresome clues? Oh, do you have any idea how many clues I've worked through thus far? That bottle nonsense from before, that was just one of many chapters in this ridiculous saga. Oh, enough grousing. Out with it! Ah, yes. A reference to his passing fancy with poetry and romance. Was Melmoth a cunning illusionist? Yes. Was he a master wordsmith? Hardly. I don't know about the flowers, but this bit about Lady of the Winter Winds likely points to Kine. Yes, the Nord storm goddess. I'm not aware of any connections between Kine and flowers, but an ancient shrine dedicated to her lies southwest of here, near Chillwind Depths. I'll mark it on your map. Meet me there, all right?
Where's that caravan? It should have arrived by now.
What are simple folk supposed to do against such evil?
Just think, current Riggert. What would past Riggert do?
I try not to be
Muffins, where are you? Muffins, come back! Muffins, I have some delicious grains for you. Where could she have wandered off to?
A path to flower petals? Oh, path to a headache, I'd say. Damn this! Assistant? Why don't you take a crack at it? Blooms for grieving widows? Dragon's tongue for ancient throats? Oh, nonsense, the lot of it! Oh, I fail to see how flowers have anything to do with these sconces. Probably a red herring. Very common in this sort of riddle. But don't let me stop you. Truthfully, I could use a break from all this foolishness. Oh, that did it! And another scroll. What a surprise. So, what's next on the agenda? Sorting pigs by ear size? A guar steak eating contest? At this point, nothing would surprise me. Doors, huh? Perhaps we're finally nearing the end of this. Yes, I see now. This final line about feline faith, it's a clear reference to Sabercat's Leap, a rocky precipice southwest of Morthal. I don't know of any doors there, though. Oh, you're probably right. I tell you this, though. If these illusory doors lead to nowhere, I will be very put out. Only one way to know for sure. Make your way to Sabercat's Leap. I'll meet you there.
Storms bring such silence before they strike.
The herald are a means to an end.
this puzzle seems easy enough. It's just a matter of simple deduction. Aha! I have it. Observe! No. I used that one to illustrate the consequences of hasty choices, remember? Had you going there for a moment, didn't I? I just wanted to illustrate the perils of overconfidence, a critical lesson for dashing heroes like us. Now, feel free to solve the puzzle. I'll observe from over here. Of course I do. But what kind of historian would I be if I robbed my assistants of the opportunity to achieve great things on their own? Now, enough accusations. You have a puzzle to solve. A clue? Very well. Read the riddle. Only one of these doors is correct. Am I? Or is the riddle simply repeating what I said? To you, perhaps. It makes perfect sense to me and my hordes of loyal readers. I did mention that I'm a best-selling writer, didn't I? Perhaps when you've published some award-winning tomes, we can discuss who does and does not make sense. Moths. Wait, another scroll? Oh, by the three. If this isn't the last one, I quit. What did this note say? He asked, expecting a ludicrous response. Vec be praised! In all my years of study and adventure, I have never faced a more frustrating foe than this idiot mail moth. And he's dead. Can you even imagine how insufferable he must have been while he was alive? Mercifully, I believe you're right. Naturally, parting company with me will be difficult, but you'll muddle through somehow. Come on, assistant. Let's bring this farce to a close, shall we? The Mysterium awaits. Onward!
meddlesome miscreants inside the Mysterium! Oh, take this!
Trapped? Good. Now, let's finally get a look at Mailmoth's mysteries. At last! Mailmoth's... Wait! What is all this? This isn't treasure. This is junk! Damn that addle-brained wizard. It's just another trick. It has to be. Ah, look there. A book. Step lively, assistant. Have a look at that tome while I piece this together. Look there. An X on the floor. A gate of some kind? One last riddle, assistant. One final test. Then we will reap the rewards. So, tell me, what did Mailmoth's tome reveal? Of course! How could I have missed such an exquisite antiquity? Granted, most of these items are worthless trinkets and oddities, but with some modest poetic license, I could turn that bottle into something truly extraordinary for my readers. A testament to its value, no doubt. Now, a less experienced historian might be troubled by the comically threatening X on the floor, but we know better. Mailmoth would only place such a symbol to confuse us, right? Right. It's perfectly safe. Oh, well, yes, of course it would trigger another illusion. I knew that. You passed the test, Assistant. Superb reasoning. And now we let the grim resignation set in. Oh, by the three, what a waste of time. Now I will do what I always do in situations like this, hyperbolize. With some clever prose and a few creative liberties, I can spin this into a yarn worthy of Narcissus Dren. As for you, I suppose you should return Mailmoth's journal to Dean Velaz. What? Your mistakes? No, you wound me. I would never cast you in an unflattering light. No. You'll be a mysterious figure assisting from far back in the shadows. A helpful but discreet partner.
I can't stop shaking.
Sure, bones, it gets worse each day. My mother's cousin says her neighbors disappeared.
The male moth historian. You brought Male Moth's journal back? Good. I assume that the Mad Mage's ramblings did not lead you and your greedy dark elf friend to any fabled treasures. People often forget to return guild property. What a welcome surprise. And even better, you didn't bring that shifty mudmouth with you. It brings me no small measure of joy to know he found nothing. Take this. News like this is worth every drake. I simply cannot wait to throw Narcissus Dren's next opus in the waste bin. He's a terrible writer. I won't allow his books on my shelves.